This might be one of the weirdest shots for the Dutch.
I think it's supposed to be bitterball, and definitely think there's powdered sugar on top of this. I'm a little nervous to try this. I'm ready.
For what? Goedemorgen and welcome back. Welcome to the Netherlands. Maybe I should say Ohio gozaimasu. We just spent the last 2 days visiting Huis Ten Bosch, which is a unique destination here in Japan that aims to transport you back to the Netherlands.
And a meter limited express bound for Huis Ten Bosch.
We first heard about Huis Ten Bosch about a year ago. We were skimming Netflix and this Japanese game show came on called Run for the Money, and while the show itself didn't look that interesting, the synopsis had us really intrigued. A Japanese game show at Huis Ten Bosch? Like where the king and queen live in the Netherlands? No, it's a theme park in Japan that's made to feel as if you're in the Netherlands. And that's when we became kind of obsessed with this place. Like, how deep does the immersion go? Is it just a facade? And perhaps most importantly, is there any Japanified Dutch food that we could try there? I guess this is a good time to mention just how much we love Japan. We've been pretty lucky and we've actually visited Japan about 5 times before, and that's given us an opportunity to explore a lot of the country outside of just Tokyo. So after a recent trip to Korea, we hopped on a short flight down to Fukuoka, which is another amazing city in Japan, by the way, and boarded the 1.5-hour Huis Ten Bosch limited express train to, well, you probably guessed it, Huis Ten Bosch.
Oh man, we just walked into the park and I've got to say that it is much grander than I expected. It's actually very different than what I expected, so I'm pretty excited to check this place out.
Huis Ten Bosch is the largest theme park in the Netherlands. Huis Ten Bosch is the largest theme park in Japan. It's bigger than Universal Studios in Osaka, and it's bigger than Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea combined. The park is divided into 2 parts. The theme park zone, which doesn't really appear to be Dutch themed at all, and the harbor zone. So let's explore the harbor zone. And this is Flower Road. Every year in this park, they plant over 300,000 flowers. And when it was built, they dug out 6 kilometers of canals. That's pretty impressive.
Wow, it sounds Dutch.
Sounds very Dutch.
The thing that makes it so obvious that we're not in the Netherlands is the huge mountain behind all this stuff. Like, it's just so surreal. I think that's like probably like the weirdest thing about this whole place so far.
Yeah, also there are so many windmills in such a small space. I don't think that's very Dutch either.
No,
do
but
you? Yeah,
nothing compared to the mountain.
But if you look this way, look over here. I could believe that. We are at Blueprint, which is a cafe that serves drinks and small snacks. And the menu is really interesting because they had the Dutch flag next to the items that I believe are Dutch, and we got all of them, which was 3 of them. First up, a Heineken. I expect this to be the same everywhere, right? It's a Heineken. And then we got the frites. And right away by looking at them, you can definitely tell they're not your typical Dutch frites. They're more like shoestring fries. Oh, also, no dipping sauces. There was no mayonnaise. There was no ketchup. There's no curry sauce. I think this is all salt on these.
Get in there.
All right.
Salty.
Oh, they're really salty, but it's not just salt. It's definitely some kind of flavored salt.
Is it Dutch flavor?
Oh, it's herring. Maybe like garlic salt. I mean, these fries are really good, but they're not Dutch.
Where are the chopped onions?
Yeah, where's all that stuff? Oh, I'm gonna eat these. These are delicious, but
Not Dutch.
our next item is what was called on the menu croquette. I think it's supposed to be bitterball, and Also, on the menu, they had it taped over and it said cheese ball. So I don't know what it was before, but...
I don't know what it is now.
And I was expecting this to be like a savory situation, but I definitely think there's powdered sugar on top of this. I'm a little nervous to try this. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely more of like a pastry exterior. It smells like a funnel cake.
Okay.
Do you think these are gonna be sweet?
Yeah.
Huh. It's definitely powdered sugar on the outside. Wow, you know, these actually taste a lot like a Casse souffle.
Really?
With the like, kind of like the pastry exterior, because the Casse souffle, depending on where you get it, doesn't necessarily have that crunchy sort of outside. And I mean, the inside, it tastes like Gouda cheese. I don't know if it is, but it tastes pretty close to it.
So it's like a Casse souffle with powdered sugar on the outside.
But just a little bit of powdered sugar, which is actually really good because it's creating this like kind of like savory sweet thing. Not what it's supposed to be, but it is something Dutch, I think.
Dutch-ish.
Dutch-ish. I'm gonna give this the Dutch-ish seal of approval. Can I even give that? I actually don't think.
Yeah, I don't think you can give that.
Never mind. Cut that part. I'm ready.
For what? This might be one of the weirdest shots for the Dutch.
Yeah.
Dom Tower directly behind the Way House from Gouda.
Also, it is nice to see Dom Tower without scaffolding on it.
That's true. This is our first time seeing Dom Tower without the scaffolding.
Yeah.
The Way House in Gouda, right? Or was it the City Hall?
It's City Hall.
Oh, City Hall.
Yeah. Really tall though. Like Dom Tower's pretty tall.
Yeah?
Here.
Is this the same height?
Yeah, this is definitely smaller, but it's still pretty impressive.
Yeah. That's what you said about me when you met me.
Our first night together.
Yeah.
So you're probably wondering, why does a Dutch theme park exist in Japan? Well, Huis Ten Bosch first opened in March of 1992, and it was inspired by Yoshikuni Kamachika's first trip to Europe in 1979. He visited the Netherlands and was particularly impressed with their water reclamation. As it turns out, the Dutch and the Japanese had a pretty healthy trade relationship, so much so that in the 1600s, the Dutch actually built an island off of Nagasaki. And that inspired Kamachika to create, to create the theme park, and construction began in the 1980s.
That's our hotel.
Which one? Oh my gosh, do you see they even made them leaning? Look
Oh,
at
really?
that. White one?
Oh, yeah. That's so nice.
Good detail.
That is a good detail. Why is it called the Castello de Cheese?
That's not Dutch, right?
No.
Let's go find out.
You know the word for cheese in Dutch.
No, I mean, I don't know the word. Is it Kassel?
Kasteel.
All right, let's go in and see what they got. All right, y'all. So Castello de Cheese paid off. This is actually the most Dutch I think we've seen so far. And there's a place in here called Tante Annie, and they have mini Kast cakes.
Do you want to talk about how funny is that they're called Kast cakes? Because in the Netherlands, they call cheesecake.
Yeah, that is really interesting. As we thought it would be called Kast cake, but it's definitely not. But it is in the Netherlands. But here it is.
Kaaskoek.
Kaaskoek. Kaastart.
Kaastart.
Kaastart. It's the blandest cheesecake I've ever had.
Oh, wow, really? How many stroopwafels?
0.5. Dom Tower, the original, is located in Utrecht, and when we went there, we didn't get to see it very well because it was covered in scaffolding. And evidently it's been that way since 2019. But I did read that the construction is supposed to be complete by the end of 2024, so we can accurately compare it to this one.
This music is fitting. All right, here we go.
Very good.
What better way to see Huis Ten Bosch than in one of these extremely inauthentic bikes that they offer for rent?
It's really authentic. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did they have real bikes?
Yeah, they have real bikes.
They do have regular single-person bikes, and they also had e-bikes, which is nice. But we decided to get this two-person bike.
Stop.
Why?
Because this is bike parking area. Do we need to? Can we keep going? No, we can keep going.
We're currently on our way to the Huis Ten Bosch recreation. Not to be confused with the entire park, which is called Huis Ten Bosch.
Give a bell.
I have not seen a single Van Haren, Atos, Albert Heijn.
Gosh, I wish they had an Albert Heijn.
Like, for all the things that you see in every single Dutch town, I have not seen a single one of them here.
Probably be hard to get that licensing agreement going.
Can you imagine if they had a Van Haren here?
No one would appreciate it, though.
I would. I'd be like, wow, I feel fully immersed right now. There's a Van Haren and a Honkelmoller.
Yeah. This way.
Over here? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, no. Okay. Well, we're not going to Huis Ten Bosch tonight, but we will be going tomorrow. Unless you want to go to the Huis Ten Bosch haunted Halloween haunted house.
Yeah. Do you think the king will be there? Dressed up in some sort of costume.
He's gonna be dressed up in like one of those like ghost bed sheet things, like with the holes cut out for eyes.
With just a crown on his head?
Yeah, of course he's gotta wear the crown.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this over.
Continuing our search for anything resembling Dutch food at Huis Ten Bosch, we went for dinner at Red Lobster. Now, you're probably wondering, Red Lobster? They don't even have Red Lobster in the Netherlands. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, it's seafood though, right? So maybe there's something here.
Is that mayonnaise?
Oh my gosh. I think it's mayonnaise. It's Dutch, right? These are like definitely the same fries from earlier, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
They have like one singular, no, this is tartar sauce. This is tartar sauce. I ordered the chili chipotle fish and chips. Outside of spicy.
Well, we'll see about that.
So we'll see. All hot. No. It's a very good fish stick though.
Fish stick?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Is it better than a fish handle?
No. Well,
Better
it's not
than
even
kibble?
good. No. And no trip to Red Lobster is complete without the Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Oh, baby.
Cheese ball.
God, I haven't seen these in forever.
I know. They smell the same. I haven't had these in a really long time, but they taste pretty accurate. Yeah. Oh, these are good.
You realize no one watching this video has ever had them before, so saying that they taste accurate is not helpful.
There is at least one person. A little sweet, heavy on the garlic, and like a little cheesy. But they're like so soft on the inside. They're almost like dessert. These are pretty sweet, actually.
You're sweet.
Like,
And I got the blue crab pasta, which Michelle decided to try first.
I mean, it looks pretty good.
I mean, it has a crab shell,
I know. That's how you know it's got crab in it.
and the plate is themed,
Yes.
so it's
Sure.
probably going to be good. smells crappy.
Is it Dutch?
No. It's ketchup and crab pasta. The sauce is really sweet. And
So in that sense, it is.
yeah, that is true. The ketchup is very sweet in the Netherlands. And I mean, it's got like a really good crab flavor. There's a lot of crab meat in here too. So, I mean, it's different, but it's pretty good. Custard. It's edited. Goedemorgen from Hotel Amsterdam. We slept here last night and we're supposed to be on the floor that's European themed, but we haven't really been able to find much theming in the room except for the fact that it's very old. And that's pretty European, right?
The hotel
The hotel.
and the room.
Yeah, the
It's
room
very
is,
old.
The room is quite old.
Yeah. There are 3 hotels, I think, in the park and a few outside the park as well. A robot hotel here in Japan made a lot of news a few years ago, and that was actually right here at Huis Ten Bosch, but they renovated the hotel and it's now the Hotel Rotterdam. And it actually reopened as the Hotel Rotterdam while we were there, but from what we could tell, it was just a modern redesign of the lobby and they got rid of the robots. The top rated hotel around the park is this hotel, the Hotel Akura, which is inside of a replica of Amsterdam Central. And it's absolutely gorgeous, but sadly outside of the park. And that's why we're staying at the Hotel Amsterdam.
The room is really massive and we've got like the corner room, so we have a pretty nice view of like 2 sides of the park.
But there's also a big empty space over here.
Yeah. I guess maybe at some point there was a 3rd bed in here is what I'm thinking.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's got like so many vanities.
I love this.
There's a lot of places where you can like get ready, which is a little weird. And there's also like this like pseudo blue Delft house situation going on in here, which is kind of nice.
It's really grand. Damn. You gonna get married here? During the construction of this Huis Ten Bosch, the layout had to be embellished because the queen wouldn't let them replicate exactly how the palace looked for safety reasons. Also, this is one of 3 official residences of the king and his family in the Netherlands, and it's located in Den Haag.
Oh, I thought you meant this one.
Oh no,
Like
I
this
did
one
point
counted.
to it, but that would be kind of
This is
cool.
a replica of one of their
This
official
is-
residences.
What he said.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've been to it.
Yeah, we
I mean,
have.
we stood out front and then we ran away because Michelle thought that they were concerned about us
I
filming.
mean, we were just like standing there filming and their security guards were like staring at us and I didn't want to get deported because I like living in the Netherlands.
So this is pretty grand. There's a museum inside, but not really sure what it's a
I
museum
don't
of.
think it's Dutch themed. I think it's like haunted art or something for Halloween.
Yeah, so we're not going to go through the museum.
I think when I was coming here, I thought it was going to be kind of like Disney where everything looks really grand, but like most of it's sort of a facade. But pretty much all of these buildings are like real buildings and they're gigantic.
Real replicas.
Yeah, real replicas and they're gigantic. Like, it's just really impressive the effort that they put in to replicate some of these buildings. And this is probably like the most surprising fact of the park for me anyway, is for 11 years, a branch of Leiden University actually existed inside of the park, inside of this building where they invited Dutch students here and taught them about the history of Japan. Crazy. Can you imagine coming here to school every day?
Until learned about Japan.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, I like it. But first, let's head back to the Hotel Amsterdam and grab some breakfast.
See how much trip?
Now, the breakfast specialty here isn't Dutch at all, but it's one of our favorite things, Japanese curry. This is evidently called black curry. I don't think I've ever had it, and honestly, like, I've never had Japanese curry this dark before, so I'm wondering, like, is it gonna taste any different?
More rich.
Yeah, there's also, I think, like,
Beef. It's beef tendon.
no, it's not.
It is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, there's, like, chunks of onion in here, too. It's really sweet.
Really?
And like kind of spicy, like not really spicy, but like tingly spicy. And the onion flavor is really strong. Like it's giving me like sweet French onion soup vibes with like a little bit of spice.
I thought you were going to say savory sweet again.
I did not. I've been practicing more savory sweet. I mean, it is savory sweet, but it's definitely like got French onion vibes, but like heartier. So far, the only thing we found that resembles Dutch food is the fries and, of course, Heineken. But there's a very famous little rabbit, and she has a cafe.
Which is on your head.
Welcome to the Nijntje Cafe. Nijntje is super popular here in Japan, and they have an entire cafe themed around her, so I'm excited to eat some of the food. Japan is known for its love of cute things, and Nijntje's pretty cute, and children here, just like Dutch kids, grow up reading Nijntje books and watching her on TV, and I think the only difference here is people in Japan don't really outgrow Nijntje. They love her, and still I've seen tons of adults carrying around Nijntje stuffed animals and Nijntje bags, and that's why we're here at the Nijntje Cafe.
Or known, I think more commonly in Japan as Miffy.
Oh, yeah. It's weird, though. It does say Miffy, on the website and everything, but everything here says Nijntje, on the outside of the store, in the cafe, and everything like that. But the theme song is definitely saying Miffy.
I think it's because they wanted to make it more Dutch. Because we're at Haus Ten.
Yeah, that makes sense.
More experiential.
Yeah. I feel experienced right now.
What?
Look at this. The silver. It's so cute. Let's start with the melon cream soda. And melon cream soda is really popular here in Japan. You can buy it at convenience stores. Also, even McDonald's has it. So they'll have the fizzy melon soda, and then they'll just put some soft serve ice cream on top of it. And we really love it. It's one of Alex's favorites. This has ice cream on it.
Yeah, it's a true melon cream soda.
Wow. All right. It's not that sweet.
It was so sweet. It tasted like bubblegum.
It wasn't that sweet.
It was that sweet.
And for our main dish, we got omu rice, which is a Japanese comfort food. A ton of people eat this when they're growing up. And it's part of this category of food that's called shoku, which literally translates to Western food, which means it's all of these different food items that have a lot of Western influence in it. For example, the omu rice has ketchup inside the fried rice. I feel bad cutting into her.
Sorry, Miffy. There we go.
Yeah. It's usually a lot more impressive than that, but I think that's my fault.
It's demi-glace. There you go. I'll get in there.
Beautiful. The demi-glace is really good. It's like a beef sauce that's on top of it, so it's just really salty and savory. And the combination of the eggs and the rice is just really hearty and delicious. I would say the eggs and the rice don't have a ton of flavor, but all of it mixed together is just really good. I feel like I could eat this for breakfast every single day.
How do you feel about the ketchup?
Okay, we've had this before. This definitely isn't our first time eating omu rice, and normally the ketchup kind of turns me off. I don't love it, but the flavor is pretty light in here. It's just giving a bit of a sweetness to the rice, which I don't mind.
The most Dutch thing about that omu rice was the ketchup, and ketchup isn't even Dutch.
Well, Nijntje was on it.
Oh, that's true. So we wanted to show y'all more of the stranger inclusions in the park today, but I actually became quite sick, so we ended up leaving earlier than expected. And humorously, we ended up at an English-speaking clinic in Fukuoka, and the doctor was Dutch. And for another authentic Dutch experience today, he prescribed me paracetamol.
We hope y'all enjoyed our visit to Huis Ten Bosch. If you want to see us explore more of the actual Netherlands, be sure to subscribe. We taste lots of Dutch food, visit different Dutch cities, and just in general talk about our lives as Americans living abroad in the Netherlands. And we'll see you on the next one.
Doei!
Doei!